What about you? Today we're going to talk about autumn lawn care tips, what you need to do to get the most out of your lawn. We're going to be talking about worm casts, clearing leaves off the lawn, heights of cut, best thing to feed your lawn coming into autumn. Stick around. First job for autumn lawn care is keeping the leaves off the lawn. Obviously it's pretty obvious, but you want to keep the leaves off the lawn the best you can. Now we seeded the lawn about a month ago, so it's important to us to really keep them off daily basis and keep the light coming into the lawn. Now we've got the leaves cleared off the lawn, I can see we've been ignoring the edges for a while. I'm going to get the strimmer out and give this a trim because it's quite hairy. Next up, worm casts. Now, not all worms leave casts. There's little mounds of soil that appear in your soil coming into autumn and winter. If you actually want worms in your lawn, they're little aerators. Last year, a lot of people asked me for products to remove them. The only thing you could really use is probably a bit of mustard. But I would argue, or I would try and steer you to letting the worms stay in the lawn. And I'm going to show you 4 different items that you can use to remove the cast off your lawn. So let's do that now. We'll have our greenkeeper switch. Now this is a fiberglass rod just in this pole, and it locks into position. It's very good. You can also use this to clear dew and leaves off the lawn. As you can see, if I want to do the whole lawn, I could do the entire lawn very quickly with this device. This is going to be the fastest way. One of these dew switches probably cost you £60 or £70, so it might be a bit dear just for the average gardener. So let's have a look at something that you're going to have in your house and it's going to be free. Something that you're all going to have in your own shed is actually a stiff brush. A stiff brush is really good for whenever you have worm cast, just to brush off the lawn. Cheap, easy, works. Let's do that now. Now, anytime I tell you to brush the grass, folks, always remember about your neighbours, because they're going to think you're nuts if they see you out brushing the grass. Next up, to remove the worm cast off the lawn is actually just to take a blower and to blow them off. Very simple. Now, whenever we were clearing off the lawn, we actually blew a lot of them. Last up, my final tip to remove worm casts from a lawn is to use a drag mat. This is a drag mat that we made for less than £40 to top dress and overseed the lawn with. Just pull it behind and it's going to do a really fantastic job at cleaning worm casts off the lawn, and it's going to be really quick too. Now, my next tip is going to be about raising your height of cut. So you'll hear a lot of people say that you should raise your height of cut coming into the autumn and winter. The reason for that is that the grass plant absorbs and makes and stores energy within the leaf. Whenever you're coming into autumn and winter, there's not as much light and the grass can't store and make the same amount of energy. So to help it overcome that, we'll cut the grass a bit longer. So now we're going to get the lawnmower out and give the grass a cut, so let's do that now. While we're doing the height, we may as well do the qualities. look at some of the grass here. Not loads of grass came off it, but enough to warrant a cut. Good cut, so pretty happy with that. Going from 15 mil to 20. Now, it hasn't been cut in a week, but really, yeah, good amount of grass there. A bonus tip, this is the only area that you can walk on and off the lawn to. I'm going to fork this area because it's going to get heavily compacted. Whenever you're coming into the autumn and winter, then places that get worn will get badly affected and it takes away from the overall look of the lawn. So the best thing to do is just to give those areas an aerate. The easiest way to do that is just with a fork or a drill, so we'll do that now. My final tip for autumn lawn care tips is to spray some seaweed and iron. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this now. Today we're going to be using the Symbio. Now if you want to buy off my link, there's an affiliate link in the video description. If you buy off my link, it helps support this channel, makes these videos possible. There's also a discount code. Spit the bricks out. There is also a discount code down there, so I'm going to put on some seaweed and some iron, just a light dusting to help keep some colour in the lawn. So let's do that now.